Good morning, my brothers and sisters. On this episode number 210 of the Good Morning Guys podcast. Thank you, joiners, for joining us on this fine morning, afternoon, evening, or night. I am one of your hosts, the Brazilian Mountaineer and Transition Ninja, Lucas Ham Swisher. Also with me, the final member of the Quadfecta here tonight, the guy with battle royales in his heart, a plethora of facts on his brain, and la carreta in his old stomacho, Marc Shaq Boucher.
Yo, just the two of us. We can make it if we try, just the two of us. You and
I.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Hey, it's good to see you, buddy. Glad you could make it, because if you couldn't, I would be all by myself. Don't want to be all by myself anymore. Yeah. Let's break out all the good. Let's see how many songs we can sing during recording tonight, because this is a fireside chat, people, between Marc and myself. Unfortunately, for those who don't know, the Bengals lost their first game of the NFL season, and both Patrick and Ronnie could not handle being seen in public. So they decided to just stay at home. We understand.
It's a 12-day mourning period.
Yeah, I think until they win, you have to mourn until they win. And so that's the rule. So they're not with us tonight. Pretty much based off of last week, at least one of them is very dead to me. So I don't even think I will name names. I'll let you guess who that person is that's dead to me. But we'll see what happens next week. Maybe they'll find a way to come back to life and join us once again. Until then, Ronnie, Patrick, we miss you. And we think of you with fondness and love. And we'll live on in your memory. Yes. Yeah, put out the hand
For
hearts.
those listening at home, we're putting up the heart signs.
That's right, with our hands.
Yep.
Yes, new joiner, welcome. If you're new to this, welcome to the Garbage Truck on Fire. Thankfully, 2 people is enough to get this garbage truck going. Marc is at the wheel, keeping us steady, and I'm just tossing garbage into the dumpster to keep that flame going nice and high. That's how we do it here. This morning, we are talking about what's new with us. Then later, we're going to be talking about, we're going to be nerding out together. Just talk about all things nerdy in one of our first nerd shows, nerd news shows, nerd. It's going to be a potpourri of lots of information and the latest in gaming, entertainment news, which is good because we're only doing those 2 shows this week. No PSP Squared, no Twix GP, no other planned shows. You never know what might show up in the GMGU. You never know what variants will just pop up onto, or you never know what will disappear off of the old podcast, train. Because Garbage Truck on Fire, the garbage can disappear sometimes.
Yeah,
you never know. So as is tradition, since I missed last week, I'm going to go ahead and start and share, and then I'll have so much to share maybe that during intermission you can share, Marc, and then we'll just come back to the rest of what happened.
You have the floor, sir.
Thanks. Good, because I wasn't going to put it to a vote because no one could break the tie. And we'd just go back and forth and people would just be
You're confusing the issue with facts here. I don't like this.
Yeah, sorry about that, even though I'm not sorry. All right. The past 2 weeks, the past 2 weeks have been pretty busy, pretty good. Lots to talk about, lots of things been going on, one of which is maybe a little early in light of when the festivities begin, but there's a very, very important sporting event that's going to be happening at the end of the year. Some would say it's the biggest biggest world event.
Some would say that.
That will be happening in 2022. It's going to be in Qatar, and I'm wondering if you know what I'm talking about.
Maybe, I don't know, something to do with a cup and
yeah, you're getting warm. What kind of cup?
A nice football cup, that happens
Yeah.
around the world.
Sports Ball Cup. Yep, that's right. FIFA World Cup is happening in November. And from what I remember living in the U.S., that's not really that big a deal.
Sure
but
isn't.
in the rest of the world, it is a big deal. It's school, businesses, everything comes to a stop when the country's team plays, at least in Brazil. I'm pretty sure it happens in other parts of the world as well. It is crazy. It's the quietest the cities or any city is. In this is the third FIFA World Cup that I've been a part of, not been a part of, but been outside of the U.S. for, and it's a very different experience.
I'm surprised that like America doesn't do that more often. Like, like things with like the Super Bowl and things like that. The fact that we don't have like the day off after the Super Bowl, like, because everybody stays up and watches that junk. And
Yeah,
you
it
would
should be
think,
the day after the Super Bowl is when they should give you the day off.
Yep. I don't know why that doesn't happen, because like football is huge in here, like as to huge as European football is to
Right.
the rest of the world.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, so the other day I was talking to somebody at my kid's school, and they were talking to me like I knew what European leagues were all about. They were like, yeah, PGS and no, and this team did this. And I'm like, I don't know what you're saying, but cool. Glad to hear it.
Gibberish.
Yep. Now, one of the ways, I guess, in which the Brazilians like to celebrate FIFA is they like to collect stickers of the players that they call figurinhas. And they buy a book, and that book has all the teams in the pages, and you buy packs of 5 stickers, and they're random. You never know what you're going to get. You get repeats, you get different ones, and then you take them out, and then you stick them in the places, where they go. And this is a huge deal. This is the first time my family and I have done it. It's been fun so far. I think we've gotten like a dozen packs. They cost about 80 cents a pack. And so it's not bad until I found out that it would take around $100 US without getting a single repeat to fill this book.
For stickers.
And I was like, or stickers, yeah. To fill this book with stickers. Yeah, for stickers. Stickers.
I get, like, we have like baseball cards and football cards and collectible stuff like that, posters,
which is still
and things
paper.
like that.
Yeah.
But like, that's some like preschool type stuff. Like, you get that from like a Highlights children's magazine or a coloring book.
Right.
Collectible stickers
Highlights
inside.
Children magazine. That's so old school. The Highlights magazines.
Throwback.
Gosh. Yeah. Memory unlocked. Yeah. I mean, I think every time I see someone like get the little packs and they open it up, I'm like, to me, it looks like little mini sports cards, but then they peel it off and they stick it. And I'm like, it's worthless now. The only way this book is worth something is if you fill it up. And the only way you're going to do that is if you spend at least $100 US without repeats. So chances are they fill those packs with repeats. Like there's a few stickers, a few players that probably they underproduce. And so it's really hard to get some of those players. And so you got 30 Messis, but you don't have any, I don't know, Neymars. I'm going to run out of players that I know the names of. So I better stop on my head. Yeah. But it's crazy how excited the kids get. Like, the kids go nuts. They trade them like sports cards, like Pokemon cards at school. There's even a kid who's raising money to go to a sports tournament, and he is selling, he buys the sticker packs at the store, and then he's selling them for 50 extra centavos, like 10 extra cents. And so he's hoping if he sells enough of these packs, he's going to make enough money to go to the sports tournament. And
that's an entrepreneur right there.
That's right. That is an entrepreneur right there. Now, speaking of entrepreneurs, my daughter is getting back into her entrepreneurial ways.
Ooh, we doing the pencil bags again?
No, she's not doing the pencil cases, which was a very lucrative business back in the day, getting her like 100 reais, which was $20 US at the time, and still is. No, she's moved on to cookies and she's involving her
Oh,
mom. Yeah, and this is a lucrative business.
that is the sweet spot, literally right there.
Yeah, we're in the second week, in the middle of the second week. The very first week was a hot ticket item. Now my daughter is kind of timid. She's kind of quiet. She doesn't like to make a scene or make a big deal. So she sold a handful of cookies and she did a pretty decent job on her own. But after like think the second day, my wife's like, I think we need to sell our product. And so she took the cookies to the teachers lounge, and those teachers, they were laying down the dollars to get
Nice.
cookies, cleaned house, made a
Trading
fair
dough
amount of
for
change.
dough.
Yeah, so pretty much she's Natasha's also going to this tournament, so she really only needs like 10 more. In about I think 2.5 months, she's going to make the money she needs to go to this tournament.
Dang.
So
Okay.
yeah, it's a lucrative business. Cookies are a big deal here, so people love American cookies.
What kind of cookies are they?
Well, she's made a pretty decent variety. She made snickerdoodles. She
Ooh.
made a chocolate chip cookie that has condensed milk as a base, which are very tasty.
Mm.
She made a kind of a shortbread cookie, a lemon shortbread cookie, and she made a what was another one? She made another one. I'm blanking on the other one that went with the lemon. Oh, she made peanut butter cookies.
Ooh. Also good.
And then this week she's made Ranger cookies, which are kind of like a brown sugar oatmeal with chocolate chip cookies. These are the Ranger cookies. And then she made
Okay.
a vanilla pudding cookie with sprinkles.
Ooh.
So
Good
so good
choices.
variety.
Yeah.
Yeah, some good choices. And yeah, it's been good so far. On top of that, this past weekend, not this past weekend, but the weekend before, I went on a little weekend trip to a city called Morungaba. And it's about 2 hours from here. It takes a bit of a bus ride. I will say the bus ride said it was supposed to be an hour and 50 minutes, and it wound up being almost 3 hours because they didn't mention,
Yikes.
yeah, a little longer than planned. And they didn't mention that we were going to make some stops. And so,
Oh, yeah.
we stopped at that we left from our station, and then they stopped at two other cities before they got to Morungaba, where I was going to visit a church.
That's gross.
Getting, yeah, it was not nice, and it was not a very comfortable bus. And I thought it was just me, like, oh, this is kind of uncomfortable, but I'll be fine. But the next day, I woke up. Now, granted, that night I had a long talk with the pastor, like visiting with him, getting to know him more. So I sat at his kitchen table for a good 3 hours, and so sitting at the bus for three in the bus for 3 hours, and then sitting at his kitchen table for 3 hours. The next morning, I could barely stand up straight. Like my hips and lower back were feeling it. And I've had back and neck issues before. And a lot of times it shows up when I'm not stretching, not exercising. And so, because of this trip and because of what happened, I've made some changes.
Ooh, changes.
So, some very serious changes.
Changes.
Yeah, there we go. Something, something about
Learn to
something.
face the
Changes.
strange.
I knew you'd know the words.
Yep.
Good job. Good job.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, so this has spurred me on into getting a little healthier and getting my exercise life into gear.
There you go.
Now, because of the back issues and because knowing that I needed to get my body in shape, I reached out to the guy who has experienced both of those things, and that is Chris the Rock in Canada.
Yes.
I reached out to him, and he automatically went into coach mode. He had me download an app called MyFitnessPal,
Yep.
and in a week, I've lost 2.5 pounds,
Look at
and
you
I've
go.
gone jogging. I've gone jogging a handful of times, dog walking. I've done sports activities with my kids, played soccer and basketball, and that's just after a week. So I'm getting my head, heart, and body in a better place, and it's pretty exciting. It's it's honestly, I don't think I've done organized exercise for a week straight like this, maybe since my son was born, and that
Wow.
was 10 years ago. So I've done like stuff here and there. I've done stretches, but this is the most serious I've gotten about it. So it's pretty exciting. It's been fun. I really like, as weird as it sounds, I like inputting what I eat and then seeing the numbers
Yeah.
of what I'm eating. It's really fun. Like it's like a math problem or how much is this gonna have? And so I try to find the closest thing that matches the label, or I just guesstimate, and it keeps, it shows me my step patterns, my weight fluctuations, and it's a pretty cool app. It's free, MyFitnessPal, so I recommend it to those who are looking for something to keep track of calories, keep track of exercise. You can input what kind of exercise you're doing, and it compensates calorie wise. Really cool. So it's been really fun.
Yeah, I've used my Fitness
So
Pal. It's a very very in depth and helpful app for sure. Like I, the problem was like I kind of trailed off with being faithful about putting everything into it, like
yeah,
putting all the data into it. um, but
yeah, I understand.
but no, it is a pretty sweet app if you have not used it.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, so that's been a pretty cool Earl thing that I wanted to share. Along with that, I had a great weekend in Morungaba. Got to know the church and people there. They have a fantastic ministry for the mentally challenged and handicapped folk and their families. Really, just beautiful people all around. The people leading the ministry, the people that are involved in the ministry, and in a couple weeks, a small group of terrapins from Maryland, not literally terrapins or even from the university. They're actually from a place that I only thought was in California called Bel Air, Maryland,
Oh yeah,
in West Philadelphia, born and raised on the playgrounds where I
there
spent
you
most
go.
of my days.
Check.
Yeah, so they're chilling out max and relaxing all cool here in Brazil. And so they'll be here for just a short 5 or 6 day vision mission trip, which is pretty much to set up a long-term ministry relationship. So it's pretty exciting, and
Nice.
looking forward to that time together. So on the gaming front, I am, of course, continuing the fun journey of Slay the Spire, slaying that Spire. And I have to say, 2 weeks ago, I was talking about how I had a digital monkey on my back and I couldn't beat the secret boss known as the Heart, and with a certain robot character. And thanks to some new joiners that I met on a stream that I did a few weeks ago, I was able to beat the Heart and take him down.
Nice. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Take a bow.
Yeah, yes, digital bow taking right now. Actually, I guess I'm taking a literal bow.
Yes.
But yeah, so the secret was to take less cards. Don't, with the game, each time you beat an enemy, you can pick from one of 3 cards. And my tendency is to be like, well, what's the best card? And I'll take it.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much what I always do. Now, people have told me a small hand in this card game in this battle system is better, but I don't believe them. So I continue to take all the cards that I think look good. And I found out that day that taking less is more. And when you get the really strong cards and you have less of them, that's the secret to taking down the bosses, which is important because I have a platinum trophy to get, and one of the trophies is to finish the game with 5 cards. And
Wow.
so,
Okay.
yeah, and I've been working on that, and it is not easy. I've gotten down, the lowest I've gotten is to, I think, 6 or 7 cards. I was like so close. But yeah, so I'll get there, and it's been fun to, try out different ways of playing the game, and it's been very challenging. So I'll keep chipping away at that platinum. Another one that I'm working on, I did return to that old Returnal, as you can imagine, thanks to good old Chris the Rock, Canadian fellow there, Canadian streamer extraordinaire.
I saw that video that you posted where like you just randomly shot out of this area and like just fell off a cliff. I don't know if
That's
you did
correct.
that on purpose.
Yeah, so here's what happened.
So
We
what
played.
happened was
What happened was we were in the first biome. We've tried this will have been the third or fourth time we've tried to beat the first area, and we finally did it. We beat the boss, and we had pretty much. I had like a sliver of life left. That was it. And he had died, but I had resurrected him. and he had more life. I was like, well, if I die and you resurrect me, I'm going to have more life. So YOLO, I jumped off a cliff and he resurrected me and I had more life. So
That's them.
you got to,
That's them big strats.
that's right. You got to play smart. Got to play smart, kids. Yeah. So we beat Biome 1 and subsequently decided that we're not going to play it together anymore because it's too hard. It is so hard in co-op. Like, I think it's easier by yourself than it is playing with others. So it is what it is. I did find a collectible, and this is what got me back to hunting for that platinum. While we were playing, we went to the next area, and I found one of the collectibles that I needed, and I didn't think I could find it because it's his game, it's his save, but it counted it for me. So I only have one more left in that area, and then 3 more in one other area, and I'll have the platinum. So my desire to get the plat has been renewed, and I'm going to keep at it, and should be able to get the plat.
Sweet deal.
The last gaming thing I wanted to share is I started Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's pretty fun so far. It is surprising if I guess this is light spoilers, but not really if you've never played Uncharted 2, but it is pretty much a ripoff, at least at the beginning, of Uncharted 2, much more than I thought it would be. So, but I love Uncharted 2, so guess what? I'm in. I'm not too mad at it. I'm sold. I'm excited to play. And for anybody out there who's still listening and still with us, September is GMG VGBC, a month for Rise of the Tomb Raider. So we hope you will join us in our book club as we're playing through Rise of the Tomb Raider. So it should be fun. We should be playing through that this month and then talking about it at the beginning of October and doing a little spoiler cast. So, but yeah, other than that, that's pretty much my neck of the woods.
Nice.
How about you, Marcus?
Good.
What's going on? What's new with you?
It's been a real light week for me on the gaming side. I don't know. I'm just kind of in a dry spell, I guess.
Ooh, are you in a funk? We got the funk. Have that game in funk. Oh, we got the funk.
I hope somebody's keeping count of all these songs we're doing.
I know, right? How many songs have we sung so far?
That's at least 4 or 5.
At least.
But yeah, I don't know. It's just I haven't really wanted to play much of anything. No, it's just in terms of my normal, like my multiplayer games, just haven't had the people playing, people available to play.
I can see that.
And so, and nothing. The only game that's really moving is, of course, I've been streaming Twilight Princess HD, which that is still a fun time. Playing through that, beat the second dungeon, what they call the Goron Mines, in that game. So we're making our way through.
Those are like the armadillo rock people, right?
Yes.
That make little rock balls out of themselves.
Really weird. The strange design choice. Their nipples are totally made out of rock.
I did not see that coming.
Yeah.
Rock nipples, I mean, that's like a great defense system. Like
they look like
nobody's
pasties
twisting that. They look like what?
They look like pasties at first. Like
pasties.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, but that strange design
I've got rock nipples, Fokker. Can you milk me? Can you milk rock nipples? That is the question of the night, folks. Bet you never saw that coming.
Suddenly we are off the rails into the ravine.
Good night, everybody. I'm going to say it before you do.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's bad when you're saying it before me.
I know, right?
But no, the game's a lot of fun. Still loving going through that whole world once again. But otherwise, yeah, it's just been so light, which it might not be a bad idea for me to jump into the GMG VGBC game with
there you go.
With was it Rise of the Tomb Raider?
Yeah, Rise of the Tomb Raider.
Okay. We're not doing Shadow, are we?
No, that's not on the list.
Good. That's fine.
That's if you want to do it, but I've not heard anyone that wants to play that game.
That is absolutely fair.
I've only heard people say, "Ooh, yeah, I couldn't finish that."
Now,
I can't believe how many people have said that. I kind of wanted to play it just to see how bad it is. But
It wasn't, and it
I don't know.
like I started to play through it, and I just never finished it. It's not that it was bad to me, in my opinion. I
Okay.
just stopped. It just didn't keep
Okay.
my interest, I guess. But yeah, no, I enjoyed Rise of the Tomb Raider, so maybe not a bad idea to jump into that.
All right.
Also,
All right. I think so.
I have considered down giving Minecraft Dungeons a try, and
Yeah.
we'll see how that goes.
Ooh.
But for the most part,
Uh,
like it's
real
nothing.
quick.
Oh, go ahead.
You're gonna play that on Game Pass, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
You and me, my friend. I can definitely join you because this is something I forgot to mention in the update. I tried to play cross-play Minecraft Dungeons with Patrick this past week, and I could not get my Microsoft account to connect to my PSN name. And so I have to start completely over in order to play with
Oh
anybody in the
boo.
community. Unless everybody has it on PlayStation, which I know Ronnie doesn't. And then
Yeah.
Patrick, I think, only has it on Game Pass, so he has it on the Xbox. But if you're starting out fresh with me, hey,
Yep.
we could do it.
I'm a noob, so
Yeah.
I may
It'd
give it a
be
shot.
I think we should this Thursday, this week.
It's
Let's
fair.
give that old college try, my friend. You and me, Patrick, maybe Ronnie. Maybe we could do all four of us.
That would be nice.
It would.
All right, I'll give it a shot. But yeah, otherwise,
Yeah.
like I don't know. There just really hasn't been anything I've really wanted to
Yeah.
play, and people haven't been, at least from what I've seen, haven't been available to
Yeah.
play my normal stuff. So, but it's all good. You know, there's weeks like that where
Yeah,
you
if you
just
have
have little
that.
droughts. I've mainly just been I've been glued to the TV, or not yeah, I guess the TV. I've been glued to YouTube. Um, I don't know what it
Yeah.
is
YouTube
about.
TV.
Yes, I don't know what it is about. Obviously, if you're listening to this pretty recently after it happened, the Queen of England passed away
She did.
at 96.
R.I.P.
Um, very
Condolences.
lovely lady.
Yeah.
And so this whole process, like, you got to think about it. The last time that this happened was 1952.
It's been a while. People don't even remember how to change over
Yeah.
to a new king and queen. They're
Yep.
like, what do we do again? Let's check
So how does this
Cliff
work?
Notes of the royalty transitions.
Yeah, and I mean, so Queen Elizabeth was in power for 70 years.
Yeah.
And so it's interesting to see all this transition and all the tradition, as is tradition,
As is tradition.
of
Yep.
how they go about everything that has to be done, not just in installing Charles as the new king, but also their formal process of basically paying their last respects to the queen. And
Yeah.
she goes on like this whole final world tour in the casket. Like, she's been to
Wait,
Scotland.
really?
Yeah.
They take her casket everywhere?
Yeah, yeah. You'll see they've got this big old hearse with these big see-through windows that you can see the casket, and the inside is lit to where, day or night you can see the casket, and it's got the royal colors of the flag and
Right.
everything. And yeah,
Yeah.
they much like they do in America, where the different politicians and elected officials, presidents, they lie in state in different places. Yeah, basically they go to the major territories in the United Kingdom. So England, obviously, Scotland, Northern Ireland. They take the casket to where people can go and pay their respects and everything. I think the last time I saw, they took one final set of photos of the hearse with the coffin in it at Buckingham Palace, and I think Monday is her actual funeral.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And so it's just, I don't know. I don't know what it is, just because it's such a different way of life than what we're used to. And
Right. Yeah.
it's
Very different.
hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years of tradition to see this kind of all play out after not having it played out in so long. I don't know. It's just all kind of kind of interesting to me. So I've just kind of been watching all the different events going on, and just lots of transitions, with Charles becoming king, and his son William now is the Prince of Wales, which was Charles's position before becoming king.
Yeah.
And now William's wife Kate is now the Princess of Wales, which no one has actually used that title since Princess Diana.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's just interesting to see all of that and see the whole process of how they have to basically install him and proclaim him to be king.
Right.
So, to the point where they have to change.
Just can't wait to be king.
To the point where they have to change their national anthem, because their anthem is "God Save the Queen," and now they have had to change it back to "God Save the King."
They have to change it?
Yeah.
They don't have a king version already?
Well, they just changed the word queen to king. But for years and years and years, they've been singing "God Save the Queen."
Now, maybe a little bit more about this, but something I don't understand is that homeboy, the Archduke, who was the Queen's husband? Philip?
Prince Philip.
Why did he never become king?
Because he entered by marriage.
He stuck by her for so long. So Queen Camilla entered by marriage, and she became queen because the queen said so.
She's the queen consort. That's the difference.
Okay, she still gets the title, queen consort. That's better than just consort.
Somebody has to give her that title.
Well, why couldn't Queen Elizabeth give Philip the title of king consort?
I don't know the specifics of that, whether she's not allowed to do that or what.
Yeah. We know she wore the pants. She's, she was the queen.
Yeah. She is the actual by blood, sovereign.
Right.
And so, although it's interesting just because she technically was not in the direct line to be queen anyway. Her uncle, who was king, abdicated the throne to marry a divorced woman, which is frowned upon in that whole society there. So he abdicated his throne, and so Elizabeth's dad became king, and then when he died, she became queen. So yeah, it's weird, but I don't pretend to understand everything. It's just from what I've been learning, but I don't know how that works, but yeah, it's very interesting to see the whole process. I know people are like, what are we in a fairy tale or something? Why are we still doing this? But
yeah,
it's tradition. Their culture has done it for, like I said, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years.
I mean, you go over there to Europe and it looks and feels so different.
Yeah.
Like when you are in the presence of a building that's hundreds upon hundreds upon hundreds, some even thousands of years old.
Yeah.
It just has a different feel to it.
Yep.
Like it's crazy. So I don't personally, stand behind we've done it for 100 years. We're going to keep doing it. I don't personally buy into that, but I respect the tradition and what they do. I just hope, I don't know. I hope Charles I hope he's better than what I unfortunately expect him to be. So
yeah,
I hope he's a good guy somehow, some way.
Yeah. Well, hopefully age has done that to him a little bit. Maybe
give him some wisdom of sorts.
Yeah.
Something going on. Yeah.
But yeah, that has been pretty much what I've been doing. The only other thing is, so my wife and I have been talking about for a long time. Kristen and I have been talking about getting rid of our couch that we've had, because it's very separating, if you will, the way that this couch is. And with you and your wife, you kind of want to, if you're watching a movie or something, you want to be able to, cuddle up and watch a movie, and you can't really do that with this couch.
After hours.
you can't really do that with this couch. that
Oh
we've had.
no.
So
Boo.
yeah, so
Anti-cuddle couch? Who makes an anti-cuddle couch?
we, you know,
Fire them.
yep. Well, that's why we're getting rid of the couch and getting a
What
new one.
now? What makes it so anti-cuddle? Is there like arm things or bars that kind of like
Yeah,
are
I
very
mean
uncomfortable to sit on?
it's a recliner couch, and so it's not
Oh
one of
yeah,
those
yeah.
ones that's like super comfortable for cuddling up and everything. The seats are very separated, and plus we've had the middle seat actually goes down, and it's
Oh
got
yeah.
like plug-ins.
Makes like a little end table.
Yeah, yeah, and it's got like cup
Gotcha.
holders, and it's got like a USB port and plugs and stuff like that, which has been nice, but ultimately we can do something else with that. So we decided to go with a different couch. It has what's called a chaise lounge on it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're familiar with that, basically it's a couch with one cushion that's extended a little out so that you can lay
Oh
down
yeah.
on it.
Yep. We have that too.
Do you?
I didn't know what it was called. I just knew it was
Yep.
just extended bed, bed couch. Yeah,
A chaise
chaise what?
lounge. A chaise lounge. It is French.
Chaise lounge, chaise.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Cool.
But yeah, so we decided that we were gonna switch couches out and get that. So we made a big girl choice and decided to buy a couch. That'll be coming at the end of the month. So in the meantime, we're trying to hopefully post the old couch somewhere and try to sell it for some dough and try to put that towards the payment for the new couch. So
Nice. Yeah, you want to do that?
Yep.
Offset the expense.
pay it off as soon as possible.
No doubt. No doubt.
Especially while we're trying to pay for Disney in less than a year.
Oh yeah.
So, but yeah, that has been pretty much me on the side of things. Light week in terms of gaming, nothing too crazy going on. Oh, and
All
I
right.
had to do all the renewing of my registration and all that kind of stuff, inspections for my car, which has been a process because there was a bearing in the steering wheel that needed to be replaced, and so
There was a bear in the steering wheel.
yes.
That sounds like a problem.
There's a claw that always reached out at me every time I tried
Yeah.
to start the car. No,
It roars at you.
no, there's a bolt. There was a bolt inside of the steering wheel that was loose, that was broken, and so
Gotcha.
wouldn't you know it? You kind of need that in order to pass state inspection. So, $300 later, got that replaced.
Ouch.
And also had to renew my registration and everything. I'm super excited for my new personalized plates.
Yeah.
Because it says it's going to say GMG pod on it. And so I'm super
Nice.
excited.
Look at
for
you.
that.
Look at you being just a little advertisement for the
Yep.
podcast.
Ambassador around town. around
Ambassador,
Lynchburg.
no doubt. Nice.
But yeah,
I think I have
Oh, go ahead.
my license plate on Forza Horizon 5 is GMG Guys,
Nice.
but GMG Pod is also a good one.
I'm
So,
going for the IRL type stuff.
I mean, what I wrote is I think I put GM Guys because GMG Guys is redundant. The Good
It
Morning
is.
Guys. Yeah. So GMG Pod. That's a good one.
I like it.
Very good.
But that's it on my side of things.
Fantastic. Well, since we have no other sides of things to share, we have some joiners that wanted to share what's new with them. So, Corey Smith, that old Corey Fouch, he started Quantum Break last week.
Nice.
Nice. And the 20-ish minutes I put into it blew me away. I can't wait to get into the story more. Very
Good stuff.
cool.
That's on Game Pass,
Yeah.
isn't it?
It is on Game Pass. I need to play it. Have you played it?
I started playing it. I did not finish it.
Gotcha. It got the old Shadow of the Tomb Raider treatment,
It
huh?
sure did.
It's like, hey, see you later, buddy. Had some fun, but I got to take a break from you. Yeah, I definitely want to check it out. I think it has it works in tandem with, it's like a game working in tandem with a TV show.
Yep.
Like you play a little bit and then you watch a little bit and you play a little bit. I'm
That
down
was
with
back
that.
in the early
Down with that.
Xbox One days.
Yep. I'm surprised they didn't add any like motion stuff to it with the Connect.
Yeah.
Or I'm glad they didn't, but
Praises.
surprised they didn't try. Let's see. Chris the Rock on Discord. His update is meant to be read in one breath. So here we go. My dad finally got his surgery. Kids all back in school. Now running with Lucas over technology and loving it. A bit nervous for a presentation in front of 100 of Canadian actuaries.
Woo!
Woo! There you go.
You
That
did
was
it.
easy, Chris. I wanted more information there to really like stretch my lungs out. Yeah. So his dad had surgery. It was successful. His kids are all back in school. Yeah, he mentions this, but Chris and I started, occasionally in the past week, we've run once or twice together at the same time and just chatted over what's up.
Nice.
One of the apps that we use to message. And it's been fun. Of course, some of it is just us breathing at each other.
Yeah, I was going to say.
we're running. It's like, so what's been going on? There was one of the times he was like, hey, I'm going to be doing like these 1 minute sprints. So I'm just going to listen. And yeah, it was fun. It's like, it's your turn to talk. I got to sprint.
Whatever gets you motivated, I suppose.
No doubt. It helps. Yeah, you feel like you're not running alone.
Yeah.
It makes a big difference. Yeah, and he said he has a presentation where he has to share a bunch of nerdy actuary stuff with hundreds of Canadians. So Godspeed in your sharing and your talking, Chris. You got this, dude. Last one is Tim Pollen. I've been painting my house for the past week. A fine way to use vacation, right?
It's a staycation.
Yeah, I'm going to respectfully disagree with you, Tim.
Yeah.
I know you're being funny, but that does not sound like a great vacation time.
Yeah,
but it's adulting.
no.
Yeah, it's adulting. I mean, it comes with the territory.
Yep.
Good on you. Way to work on that honey-do list. For sure.
Indeed.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thanks, joiners, for sharing with us your latest. What's new with you? All hearts clear? Mark, got anything else you want to share?
That is
Last minute things?
That is it.
You sure?
Yes,
Positive?
sir.
All
Totally.
right. That's all she wrote. So let's see. If anybody else out there, you joiner, who's listening right now, if you want to share something with us sometime, because we like to ask you to do that, encourage you to do that from time to time. I'm going to do some quick housekeeping so you know how to connect with us more. We're going to offer you some pillows, fluff them towels. Got it mixed up, but that's okay. Everything's topped with Andy's candies, so it makes everything better. Mm-hmm. And we're going to tip you off to how you can connect with the GMGU. On Twitter, Discord, Facebook, and Instagram, you can share what's new with you, like some of our pals did. If you'd like to connect visually and spectatorly, there is YouTube, Twitch, where Marc is playing Battle Royales and Legend of Zelda games from time to time. Normally on the weekends, I play roguelikes and randomness in tandem with Chris the Rock in our Butt Crack of Dawn streams. He is currently working on this month's GMG VGBC game of Rise of the Tomb Raider, and we are, as I said, between games on Saturdays, but we usually play a game together on Saturdays, hang out together in the wee hours. So however you want to join us, we are here for you, and we would love to see you, hang out with you, and all that jazz. So the last thing I should mention, Patreon and the merch page are ways that you can support and gear up with us. So click on that one link to rule them all, either in the show notes or you can type it out real quick, linktree.com/thegmgpod. So give it a click and click all the links there.
Do it.
Of course, if you can't, do it right now. Of course, if you can't toss your attention or a coin to your podcasters but are still the giving type, please rate and review us on Apple Podcast, Podchaser, and Spotify. It helps us reach new joiners through stars, exclamation marks, and your feedback. So let your voice be heard, literally, if you prefer, at 929 GMG Guides. Alrighty then, Marc, along with the spirit of Pat and Ronnie J, and you, our beloved friends, family, and joiners, go get your good morning this week, and may God bless and guide your lives as you live, as you work, and as you game. 2, 3, 4.